Hey, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Courtney, and you are watching The One Thing TV. I want to talk to you real quickly, unscripted, on a subject of dating, okay? I took a hiatus on dating for a really long time, several years. And in those years of not dating, obviously I got older and I matured and just what was important, prior to stopping dating was no longer important, and things that weren't important were now important. But one thing that was really, really important and really became a priority for me was that I had determined in my heart that I was just not going to waste my time anymore when it came to dating. And what I mean by that is I wasn't going to meet someone and like just continue to date them just because, whatever, because they're cute, they're fun, they pay for everything when we go out, they answer the phone every time I call, whatever the case may be, right? Because sometimes we date these people that kind of check off these boxes, like what I just mentioned, but we know in our heart that the relationship isn't going anywhere. We don't take them seriously for real. We don't see a long term future with them or marriage with them, right? Now, I do personally believe that the purpose of dating should be for the end result of marriage, right? However, not every single person we date is our husband, is going to be our husband. But also, I don't think that we should go into every single dating relationship with that thought of, oh, is this my husband? Is this my husband? Oh, this has to be my husband because ABCD 1, 2, 3. No, like, I think that's a little, I don't know, maybe a little crazy, right? If every single person we date, we're just obsessing in our head about whether or not they're our husband. But there is something that we can do to make sure that we are not wasting our time and prolonging the dating relationship when we know it's not going to go anywhere. And this one thing that I have discovered that has been beneficial and making sure that I don't waste too much time with any one person in a dating relationship is to ask questions. Ask the hard questions, ask the difficult questions, ask the challenging questions, ask the uncomfortable questions, ask the questions that are important to you, right? And don't be afraid of the answer. Don't be afraid of the answer. Be prepared for the answer. And then you have to evaluate what they're saying. And then you also have to evaluate within yourself if that is something that you're okay with, you're willing to accept, or not. Not that you have to agree with the person that you're dating on everything. However, if you guys do have differing views on something, then that you have to then ask yourself that same question of, okay, I think like this on this matter, and he thinks like this on this matter. Um, if that never changes, if he never changes his mind on this issue, can I live with that for the rest of my life? Now, again, every single dating relationship isn't going to end in marriage, right? But if you ask someone a question and they answer it in a way, and their answer is something that you don't agree with, and then you've evaluated that and you've decided that, you know what, if that never changes, I don't think I can really live with that. Well, then there you go. Why continue with that dating relationship? Because it's not going to go anywhere, right? And then the feelings and the emotions and all of that gets involved, the affection, whatever, right? The intimacy, all of that stuff starts to happen. And then, 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, the relationship ends when you probably could have just got that over with 6 weeks into the dating relationship, the third date, the fifth date, the 10th date, not 5 years later. Okay. There's a verse in Proverbs chapter 20, verse 5. And it says, the purpose, motives, and intents of a person's heart are deep waters, but one who has insight draws them out. Now, I read a couple commentaries on this, and one of them says that by prudent questions and discourses, a person draws them out. And then another one says that a person who is intelligent and understands human nature is able to penetrate the secrets of the heart by judicious questions and remarks. So, prudent questions and judicious questions, basically, they're just wise questions, right? Um, and then discourse and remarks, all a discourse is just, it's a conversation. So you're not putting this person on the hot seat, right? You don't want them to feel judged. You don't want them to feel interrogated. Let me put this down so I'm not like talking with that. I'd rather just talk with my hands. You don't want to put them on the hot seat, right? Make them feel like they're being interrogated, or even like they're being judged or anything like that. But you want to just, through natural conversation, have the courage to ask those difficult, hard, uncomfortable questions, those questions that are important to you. What matters to you and your life and the direction that you are going. Do it on the first date. Do it on the second date. Do it on the third date. And give yourself a time frame, right? I had one situation where I gave myself 6 weeks and I prayed and I said, God, within 6 weeks, I want to know if this thing is worth pursuing. And no lie, y'all, by like week 4 or 5, through my prudent questions and discourses, I was able to draw out things about this person that just let me know that we just weren't a good match. However, right, they checked off all the box. They didn't check off all the boxes, but they checked off a lot of boxes. You know, we had a lot of common interest. He was really nice. He paid for everything. You know, he, made decent money. He accepted the fact that I was a single mom. Just oh, he went to church. Like all these check, right? But there were things when I asked those questions that came out that I was like, we're just not a good match, or we're in different places of our lives right now, spiritually, emotionally, developmentally. And I don't think I'm not willing to go through this journey with him of, as he's continuing to develop and, and just things like that. So someone else, right, who's not asking those questions, and they meet this guy who's nice and they have the same common interests, and he goes to church and he makes a lot of money and he buys them things and pays for everything when they go out and all of that stuff. Someone would just ignore like what's really important, or not even bother to ask the questions, because they're just like, check, 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 check. He's got a car, he's got a house, he's got a job, he ain't got no kids. Check, check, check. We're gonna just keep on going, right? And then 2 years down the line, you find out you don't even like that person. It's the truth. 2 years down the line, you find out you don't even like them, So ask those difficult questions. Draw out the motives, the intentions, the purposes of the heart. One last thing that I just kind of want to mention here is, I think sometimes we as women, we we don't know what our worth is. We don't know how much we're really worth as women, right? For whatever reason, whatever we've been through, whatever baggage we carry. We go into these dating relationships and we meet these men, and sometimes they're like almost too good to be true, right? And then we start to be insecure. And the man is asking all the questions, and we're just too busy. We're answering all of his questions, or maybe nobody's asking the question, but we as women are so busy talking about ourselves to try to prove how good we are, how good of a woman we are, how good of a mom we are, how good we are at saving money, or what our career goals are, and we're just so busy just trying to prove our worth. But let me tell you something, okay? Ask those questions to make sure that he is worth it too. Okay? Don't be so focused on you and trying to prove how worth it you are, because you're already worth it. You're already worthy. And you need to go into every dating relationship knowing your worth, knowing that you're worth it, knowing that you are valuable, and do not allow um any story that some man gives you about who he is and what he has and what he's done. Don't allow that to draw up insecurities, right? For you, to where you forget to ask them questions to make sure that they're worth it too.
That's all I have for you today, guys. Sorry it ended so abruptly, but I started rambling and I wanted to make sure the video had a clean break. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I will see you on the next video.